Hello and welcome again. Chris's Caribbean Delights. It's the 4th of July weekend, and on the 3rd of July, which is Saturday, a day from today, um, myself and a friend, a Jamaican friend of mine, Cherry Casanova, we are having a kind of a battle with Guyanese food and Jamaican food, and I think Guyanese versus Jamaican. It's a food affair actually. So it's like an all-day thing. So I'm prepping lots of my dishes like ahead of time and getting myself ready. So in the midst of that, um, I felt like some fried chicken. So I said tomorrow I'm going to do some Korean market chicken. Um, if you go to Korea, if you ever go to Korea, in the market you'll see these crisp fried chicken, the whole chicken's fried crisp, and that method is just amazing. So uh, we're gonna do that method tomorrow. I'm gonna do that method tomorrow. So, but what I'm doing tonight, I am prepping the chicken. I'm just going to season it and season it lightly and put it into the refrigerator overnight with some salt and pepper and some bullion seasoning, and just rub that up good. Put it in a bag, put it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow we're going to do the frying. You're going to see the batter. The batter is it's amazing. It's a few very different ingredients that goes into the batter, and and to make it very crisp and delicious. So let's go season the chicken, put it in the bag, keep it overnight, and we'll be back tomorrow. So here on the board I have it's a whole chicken that I have cut in two halves. I've cut it in half. So I have two pieces that I'm working with here now. I some black pepper. And get some more black pepper. About a teaspoon or two, or 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I did like a teaspoon of bullion seasoning on the top. I'm going to just do the insides. Just do the inside here with another teaspoon. I'm not get some put some black pepper on here, and that's all we'll do with this right now. You know, if you want, you can put some cayenne pepper on there, or you can put cayenne pepper into your batter. But I'm just going to do a plain seasoning and put it into my bag, my ice bag here, and we'll just put them into the bag. We'll tie them up. Let me just wash my hands. Always wash your hands after handling chicken. Cool. So, into the bag, and we're going to knock this very tightly. We're going to knock this very tightly. Nice packaging. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll be back to fry tomorrow morning. So see you then. Welcome back to the Korean crispy fried chicken. As I said previously, I lightly seasoned it with salt and pepper, and I left it overnight so that can marinate, and that seasoning can soak right in there. So now I'm about to fry this. Um, It's it's called the market chicken, or the Sijang Tong Dak. Sijang Tong Dak. Uh, I know I probably messed that up, but it's market chicken. It's different markets in Korea. They fry these chickens on on the marketplace where people can go in. They fry the whole chicken, and people can go in there and buy it and order it, and it's nice and crispy, and so it's a very nice method. So now I'm going to, since my chicken is already seasoned and marinated, we are going to go ahead and do the batter. And so I have to, let's get to the ingredients for the batter for frying our market chicken. In the meantime, I have about 2 inches of oil in a heavy bottom pot that's heating up, and I'm going to flavor that oil. That oil has no flavor, so I'm going to put some thyme in there to flavor that oil, a few sprigs of thyme, and a few pieces of onion. So it's going to have an oniony and a thymy flavor, the oil. So and the chicken is going to absorb that that oil, that flavor from that oil. So we're going to put some onion in there, and some thyme. So that's going to go with the oil when it starts frying, and we're going to let that onion and thyme fry for a while and get crispy and release all its flavor. Then I'll take that out before I put the chicken in. So let's go to the batter for the chicken. And here are the ingredients for the Korean fried chicken, the Korean crispy fried chicken, or the market chicken. We have here a quarter cup of cornstarch, or you can use potato starch, which will combine all these ingredients into something that's large enough to say chicken could be placed in, and the batter could be applied to it. So in this container, we're going to add our quarter cup of cornstarch or potato starch that you can use, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a quarter teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and the star ingredient. This gives it a nice nutty flavor and gives it a lovely color, a tan color on the let's get it all out there, a tan color. So to that we'll add one large egg, and we'll have a half a cup of ice cold water. I just keep a few cubes of ice in there, but we're gonna just use a half a cup of ice cold water. Yeah, use that liquid, half a cup of ice cold water. Now we're going to combine this with a fork. It's pretty simple, and we'll see the lovely color that it's going to get. And oh, sorry about that. So I'm going to mix this up, and I'll be right back to show you the finished batter. So here's what your batter should look like before you dredge the chicken in it. So, and before you dredge the chicken into the batter, sprinkle a little flour to dry it off, and the batter will stick to that. That would also help the batter to adhere to the chicken. So you will sprinkle some flour, rub your chicken down with a little bit of regular all-purpose flour, about a quarter cup on both pieces of chicken, and then you'll put them into the batter and you dredge them completely all over before frying. So this is the batter that we're going to use to dredge our Korean market chicken. And every market, I understand, has a different technique in that they use. So it varies. So you'll receive different variations. But I'll research it and I'll come back. I'll probably come back with another version for it. But it's always crispy. It's always a very crispy chicken. So we'll go now to our frying. Now we are up to temperature. We'll just take our chicken and place it into the oil to fry. And we fry for 12 minutes. We fry for 12 minutes, so now it's 4:32, 62, like 4:54. We're going to take this out. 12 minutes. We're going to fry for 12 minutes. Turning at least once or twice. Minutes. You turn it and maybe turn it. You can turn it after maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. So we fry for 12 minutes. And then there's a second fry, which we'll do. We'll do a second frying for another 12 minutes. Let's turn him over. Good. Start the thermometer. Keep getting nice and brown. Just keep checking your thermometer. It's at 360. You dropped about 10 degrees. Just one note about your roasted soybean powder. The roasted soybean powder, in order for it to stay fresh, whatever is left over, you can tie the bag or put it into another Ziploc bag. Put it into a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag, and put it in the freezer and keep it in the freezer so that it will stay extremely fresh for whenever you want to use it. I just gave it another turn. After about 7 minutes. We have just about 2 more minutes to go for the first 12-minute fry. And it's taking a wonderful color there. So once those 2 minutes are up, I'll take it out, we'll rest it and put the other one in. And we'll just cut some slits into that again and put it back for another 12 minutes. So After 12 minutes, we just take this guy out. And let him rest. So we just make sure that our oil is at the temperature. Yep, and we'll just let's put our second guy in there. And if there are any floaters, you just want to get the floaters out. Pieces of the marinade may break off. You want to get those out because you don't want if you leave them in there, they're going to eventually start to burn, and then you'll have black specks on your chicken, and you don't really want that. So we have about 3 more minutes on the second guy. He's doing pretty well. So after 3 minutes, we'll put the first guy back in there and let him finish his second 12 minutes. So in all, you're cooking each piece for 24 minutes. First piece, if you can notice, there's some pink stuff coming out. Yeah, so if you notice, there's still some pink stuff coming out of it after I put a few slits in it. This is the first guy, the first one. And so he's resting, and let that little blood run out of there. And then we're going to put him back for another 12 minutes. Whereas, piece number 2, you're going to do the same. Put some incisions in by the wing and the breast. Just put some incisions in there, and you can see, if you can see, I try to get you to see that it's not cooked inside. Inside is not, it's not cooked inside, so it needs that other 12 minutes. It needs that other 12 minutes. So you'll turn this over, and whatever is going to run out of there is going to run out, you know. And just make another incision by the leg in the back, and just let it sit. Let it sit there for a while, and then it's going to do another 12 minutes. So just keep your timing right. Okay, it's simple. Here we are, piece number 1 is back in here, getting a nice dark brown color, picking up a storm. Have a few more minutes. Our first guy is done. We had his second 12 minutes. We just let him rest for a while, and then we'll break into it and have a delicious piece of Korean market chicken. Korean market chicken. So here we are, guys. This is a finished product. The finished product. Let's turn this guy over. It's nice and crisp. The wing is already missing from that. I had the wing. I had to taste it, and this is it's all crispy and it's delicious. So now there's a sauce that I want to put with it. It's a garlic sauce I would use with this. A garlic sauce. You just dip it into the garlic sauce, and it's gonna be awesome. So, or you can just cut them up in pieces, spread the garlic sauce all over it, and just help yourself, or let everybody help themselves. So, once again, thanks for watching Chris's Caribbean Delights, and this is the Korean market chicken. The Korean market chicken. It's a crispy method of frying chicken in Korea. It's like a street food. The whole chickens they fry. So once again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next clip.